The Galactic Council's Fear. Story opens with the Galactic Council meeting on the crystal world of Nexus Prime. Ambassador Krell from the Vorthan Empire stands before the assembled alien species, his scaled hands trembling as he presents the latest survey data. The water worlds, he announces, his voice echoing through the vast chamber. They are spreading. The council members shift uneasily. Water worlds were the galaxy's greatest nightmare, planets where liquid water covered more than 60% of the surface. These death traps had claimed entire exploration fleets, swallowing ships and crews without trace. Captain Dex, a veteran explorer from the Spiral Coalition, shares his haunting experience. 3 cycles ago, his fleet approached a water world. In the outer rim, the moment they entered the atmosphere, their ships began to malfunction. The water seemed to reach up and grab them, pulling them down into its endless depths. Only Dex escaped, scarred by the memory of watching his crew disappear beneath the waves. The Council reviews the data. Over 300 water worlds discovered in the past decade, each one marked as a forbidden zone, too dangerous for any civilized species to approach. The water itself seemed alive, hostile, determined to destroy anything that dared venture near. Elder Tam from the Ancient Builders speaks of old legends, stories of the first civilizations that tried to colonize such worlds. None survived. The water consumed them all, leaving only empty ruins on scattered islands. As the meeting progresses, a disturbing pattern emerges. The water worlds are not random. They form a chain across the galaxy's spiral arms, like a barrier preventing expansion into the rich systems beyond. Some species whisper that the water worlds are weapons, left behind by an ancient enemy to trap the galaxy's younger races. The Council reaches a unanimous decision. All water worlds must be avoided at all costs. They will be marked as death zones, forbiddens to all ships and exploration teams. The galaxy's expansion must find another path. But as the meeting ends, a small message arrives from the edge of known space. A species called humans has made contact. They come from a world they call Earth, a world that is 70% water. The council members stare at the message in horror. A species that evolved on a water world? It seems impossible. Yet the humans claim they not only survive on their water world but thrive there. The human delegation arrives at Nexus Prime in a ship that defies all logic. Commander Jack leads the team, accompanied by Dr. Lisa and Engineer Bob. Their vessel, the Poseidon, appears to be partially filled with water, a design that would be considered insane by any galactic engineer. The aliens observe the humans with a mixture of fascination and terror. These beings look fragile, with soft skin and no natural armor. Yet they claim to come from the most dangerous type of world known to the galaxy. During the first formal meeting, the humans display images of Earth. The alien delegates gasp as they see vast oceans, storms that could destroy cities, and creatures that live entirely underwater. What terrifies the aliens most is that humans seem to enjoy these conditions. "You swim in the water?" asks Ambassador Krell, his voice barely a whisper. "We love it," replies Commander Jack with a smile. "Some of us spend our entire lives on or in the water. We call them sailors and divers." The humans explain their technology. Ships that float on water, submarines that travel beneath the waves, and platforms that harvest energy from the motion of the seas. To the aliens, it sounds like science fiction. No species in the galaxy has ever mastered water-based technology. Dr. Lisa presents data about Earth's biodiversity. The oceans contain millions of species, many of which humans have learned to cultivate and harvest. The aliens are amazed to learn that humans actually eat creatures that live in water, something no other species would dare attempt. The Galactic Council requests proof. They need to see for themselves that humans can truly survive on water worlds. The humans agree to a test mission, But they propose something that shocks everyone. They want to visit one of the forbidden water worlds. The council initially refuses, but the humans persist. They explain that their ship is designed for water operations. They have suits that allow them to breathe underwater, and their technology is specifically adapted for aquatic environments. Elder Tam warns them about the legends, about the civilizations that tried and failed to colonize water worlds. The humans listen politely, but seem unimpressed by the warnings. "With respect," says Commander Jack, "we've been dealing with water for thousands of years. We know how to work with it, not against it." The debate continues for days. Some council members want to forbid the humans from attempting such a dangerous mission. Others are curious to see if these strange beings can truly accomplish what no other species has managed. Finally, they reach a compromise. The humans will be allowed to approach one water world, but they must do so under careful observation. A fleet of alien ships will monitor from a safe distance, ready to record whatever happens to the human crew. Asterisk. The chosen world is designated as Aqua 7, a planet in the Kepler system that had destroyed 2 previous exploration attempts. The alien observation fleet maintains position at the edge of the system. Their sensors trained on the approaching human vessel. Captain Mike commands the modified human ship Tsunami, equipped with advanced water landing capabilities. His crew includes marine biologist Dr. Anna, engineer Tom, and pilot Sarah. Unlike the alien observers, the humans seem calm and confident as they approach the dreaded water world. The aliens watch in amazement as the Tsunami enters the planet's atmosphere without any sign of distress. Their own ships had always experienced immediate system failures at this point, but the human vessel continues its descent smoothly. Approaching the surface, Captain Mike reports over the communication link. Water temperature is optimal, and we're detecting rich marine ecosystems below. The alien observers exchange bewildered looks. Rich ecosystems? Previous surveys had detected only hostile, empty waters that seemed to actively repel any form of life. The Tsunami touches down on the ocean surface, and to the aliens' shock, it doesn't sink. Instead, it floats peacefully on the waves like some impossible dream. The humans deploy equipment that the aliens have never seen before, devices that seem designed to work with water rather than fight against it. Dr. Anna begins collecting samples of the ocean water and the creatures living within it. Her excitement is clear as she describes the diverse life forms she discovers. The aliens had always assumed that waterworld oceans were sterile death traps, but Anna's data reveals thriving ecosystems. The water isn't hostile, she explains. To the alien observers, it's just water. It follows natural laws of physics and chemistry. The previous expeditions failed because they tried to treat it as an enemy instead of understanding it as an environment. Engineer Tom demonstrates human underwater technology. He dons a diving suit and disappears beneath the waves, something that would be considered suicide by any other species. The aliens watch in fascination as his suit's cameras broadcast images of the underwater world, a realm of beauty and complexity that they had never imagined could exist. The humans establish a temporary floating base on the ocean surface. They deploy nets to catch fish, systems to purify water for drinking, and generators that use wave motion to produce energy. Everything that the aliens considered impossible, the humans accomplish with casual efficiency. Pilot Sarah takes a small submersible down to explore the ocean depths. Her journey reveals underwater mountains, vast plains of seafloor, and creatures that have never been cataloged by galactic science. The aliens realize that they have been missing entire worlds of discovery because of their fear of water. As the mission progresses, the humans make an announcement that stuns the alien observers. They want to establish a permanent colony on Aqua 7. Not only can they survive on the water world, but they see it as a desirable place to live. The success of the mission sends shockwaves through the Galactic Council. For the first time in galactic history, a species has not only survived contact with a water world, but actually thrived there. Asterisk. News of the successful Waterworld mission spreads across the galaxy like wildfire. The impossible has happened. A species has conquered the dreaded water worlds. The Galactic Council convenes an emergency session to discuss the implications. Humans are invited to share their knowledge with the galaxy. Dr. Anna presents her research on waterworld ecosystems, revealing that these planets are not hostile environments, but rather complex biospheres teeming with life. The attacks on alien ships were simply natural phenomena that the aliens had misunderstood. Commander Jack explains the fundamental difference in approach. "You see water as an enemy to be defeated," he tells the assembled delegates. "We see it as a partner to work with. Our entire civilization developed alongside water. We learned to read its patterns, understand its behavior, and adapt our technology to complement its properties. The humans offer to teach other species their water-based technologies. Engineer Bob demonstrates designs for floating cities, underwater habitats, and ships that can operate both above and below the surface. The alien representatives are fascinated but skeptical. Their biology and psychology make it difficult for them to overcome their instinctive fear of water. However, some species are more adaptable than others. The Aquarians, an amphibious race from the Cetus system, express interest in learning human techniques. They had always been considered primitive by the galactic community because their homeworld contained large lakes and rivers. But now they see an opportunity to use their natural affinity for water. The humans propose a revolutionary idea: joint colonies on water worlds. They will handle the aquatic aspects, while other species contribute their expertise in areas like energy production, manufacturing, and space travel. The partnership would open up hundreds of new worlds for colonization. The first joint colony is established on Aqua 12, a pristine water world in the Vega system. The human contingent, led by Colony Director Paul, works alongside Aquarian engineers and Centauri scientists. The floating city they build becomes a model for future settlements. The colony thrives beyond all expectations. The humans establish fishing fleets and underwater farms, providing food for the entire population. The Aquarians develop new transportation systems that use water currents for efficient travel. The Centauri scientists discover that water-world atmospheres are perfect for certain types of advanced research. As more species witness the success of the joint colonies, attitudes across the galaxy begin to shift. The water worlds are no longer seen as death traps, but as untapped resources waiting to be developed. The humans have not only solved the waterworld problem, but have shown the galaxy a new way of thinking about challenging environments. The Galactic Council officially reclassifies waterworlds from forbidden zones to colonization candidates. They establish the Waterworld Development Authority, with humans serving as primary consultants and trainers for other species interested in aquatic colonization. The transformation is remarkable. Within a single year, the galaxy's most feared environments become its most sought-after real estate. The barrier that had limited galactic expansion for millennia suddenly becomes a bridge to new frontiers. 5 years after first contact, the galaxy has been transformed. The human approach to waterworlds has opened up over 500 new planets for colonization. The floating cities have become centers of trade and culture, attracting species from across the galaxy. Admiral Ross, now head of the Galactic Waterworld Initiative, oversees the expansion from the flagship colony on Aqua Prime. The massive floating metropolis houses over 2 million beings from dozens of different species, all living in harmony on a world that was once considered uninhabitable. The economic impact has been staggering. Water worlds contain vast mineral deposits on their ocean floors. accessible only through human-developed deep-sea mining techniques. The marine life provides new sources of food and medicine. The unlimited water supply enables agriculture on a scale never before possible. Cultural exchange flourishes in the floating cities. The humans introduce other species to concepts like surfing, swimming, and sailing. Alien artists create underwater sculptures and floating gardens. New forms of music emerge, inspired by the sounds of waves and marine life. The success has also revealed the true scope of human adaptability. While other species needed years of training to work safely on water worlds, humans seem to instinctively understand the aquatic environment. Children born on the waterworld colonies are even more adapted, able to swim before they can walk, can equally comfortable above or below the surface. The discovery leads to a broader understanding of human nature. The galaxy realizes that humans are not just another species, but natural adapters, capable of thriving in environments that would challenge or destroy other civilizations. The water worlds were just the beginning. Dr. Emma, now the galaxy's leading expert on extreme environment colonization, proposes the next phase: ice worlds, desert worlds, and even the gas giants that other species have written off as impossible to colonize. The humans are eager to take on these new challenges. The Galactic Council, once fearful of the water worlds, now looks to humanity for solutions to other impossible problems. The humans have become the galaxy's pioneers, the species that others turn to when facing seemingly insurmountable challenges. As Admiral Ross stands on the observation deck of Aqua Prime, watching the sunset paint the endless ocean in shades of gold and purple, he reflects on the transformation. The galaxy had spent millennia viewing the water worlds as barriers, but humans saw them as opportunities. Ships from dozens of species now travel the sea lanes between floating cities. Children play in the surf while their parents work in underwater laboratories. The ocean that once inspired fear now brings different species together in ways that traditional space stations never could. The water worlds have become symbols of a new galactic age, an age where cooperation and adaptability triumph over fear and limitation. The humans didn't just conquer the water worlds. They showed the galaxy that the impossible was simply the untried. In the end, the aliens had been right about one thing: the water worlds were indeed barriers. But they were barriers to old ways of thinking, not to colonization itself. The humans had broken through those barriers, opening up not just new worlds, but new possibilities for all galactic civilization. The water worlds that once divided the galaxy now unite it, and at the center of it all, humanity continues to prove that sometimes the greatest strength comes not from avoiding challenges, but from embracing them completely. Asterisk.